Welcome to my channel. In recent months, I have come across various magazines that has a topic on criminalizing marital rape. Yes, the topic is about marital rape. Marital rape is not criminalized in many countries. Even in developed countries like US, in US the penalty for sexual assault committed by the victim's husband is much less than the other rapes. And, in some countries, people who committed offense of rape are exempted from the criminal charges if they marry the victim. See what an idea, what a lawmaking. When the rapist marry the victim, rapist become the husband, so no charges against him. Superb idea, what a world we are living. Clearly, it is not a problem of specific country, it is now becoming a global issue. Globally, out of 195 countries, only 52 countries criminalize the marital rape. See how lawmakers are playing in women's life. Rape is a horrible crime, and is considered one in most of the countries around the world. The punishment for this crime varies from country to country, some countries even punishing the rapist with death penalty. In almost one-third of world's nation, marital rape is excluded from criminal charges. Let's get into the video. Today we are going to analyze the Indian law in view of marital rape. In India, rape is one of the most serious offense, and unfortunately, one of the most common crimes that take place against women. It is one country where most of the rape cases gone unreported. Now, let's see what is rape and how it is described. Rape is an act of any kind of sexual assault, mostly sexual intercourse or any kind of penetration, against a person, without the person's consent. Rape is considered as sexual abuse and violence, instead of an act of sex, so it is clear now that rape is an act of violence against the victim's consent. According to Indian law, any violence is strictly prohibited. Now, let's see what is written in the Section 375 of the Indian Penal Code. The Section 375 criminalizes rape as a crime when a man has sexual intercourse under 5 conditions: 1. Against the woman's will; 2. Without her consent; 3. Getting consent after threatening the woman in any way; 4. Faking a marriage with the woman and with or without her consent; 5. If she is under the age of 16 years. So, by these words, in Section 375, it is very clear that any man involving in a sexual intercourse without the consent of the women is a rape, and it is a criminal act, so that any man may be a husband also considered to a rapist. But the Section 375 too given an exception to this section, that a man involving in sexual intercourse with his own wife, the wife being above 16 years of age, in this situation, rape is not a criminal act. This kind of rape is called marital rape, and marital rape is nothing but rape committed by a man against his own wife. It is still a horrible act as any other act of rape. It is still an act of sexual violence rather than a sexual act, but it is a kind of rape that is still legal in our country. In our country, marital status protecting a rapist. Most of the people arguing that criminalizing the marital rape is devastating the marriage institutions. What an argument! I am not against the marriage. I accept that marriage is still a sacred institution, but it has to protect the women from these kind of sexual violence. In India, we are protecting a woman who is a prostitute, and not to a woman who is wife of someone. This is what our Indian Penal Code. The exception in Section 375 says that if the wife is above 16 years of age, it is not rape. But the legal age for a woman to get married is 18, and the age of a girl to give a valid consent is 16 years. Then how can a sexual violence to a girl of 16 years of age is legal? What a controversy in Indian law. Now let's see how the marital rape is a violation of Article 14 of the Indian Constitution. The Article 14 says that a state shall not deny to any person equality before the law. Equality is guaranteed by Indian Constitution, but the Indian criminal law, protecting the husband, who is a rapist, is clear violation of Article 14 of the Indian Constitution. So clearly, the exemption of Section 375 from punishing husband is highly contradictory to this Article 14. Furthermore, it is more difficult for married women to escape from this kind of sexual violence, since they are financially dependent on their husbands. And now for the violation of Article 21 of the Indian Constitution. The Article 21 says that no person shall be denied of his life and personal liberty, except according to the procedure established by law. Rights under Article 21 includes right to privacy, health, safe living conditions, dignity and safe environment among others. And in a case in Supreme Court, says these words, sexual violence is an unlawful intrusion of right to privacy and sanctity of female. Apart from this, the Supreme Court has also equated right to privacy with right to make choices related to sexual activity. Recently, the Supreme Court has also recognized the right to privacy as a fundamental right. Sexual intercourse which is forced is a straight violation of fundamental right. The above decisions of Supreme Court do not differentiate a woman on the basis of her marital status. Right to abstain from sexual activity is for all women, irrespective of their marital status. Plus, it's a fundamental right enshrined under Article 21 of Indian Constitution. So, now that from the above conclusions, we can clearly see that Exception 2 of Section 375 is a clear violation of Articles 14 and 21. Finally, I conclude this video with the wonderful words, by court in a case, that a woman has a right to choose when, where, and how her parts of body has to be used, and by whom her various parts of body has to be sensed. And, in another case, court says that, if a woman has right to say no, then it has to be accepted that she also does not lose her sexual autonomy after marriage. And, it is important to recognize that exception to marital rape from the category of rape is a major empty space in Indian criminal law, and it also frustrates the object of women gender equality. Marital rape should be criminalized in India in order to protect millions of women who are still facing sexual assaults in their home. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe our channel, then only you have a notification for the upcoming videos. Don't forget to like our video. Take care, have a nice day.